Please. Hello, Boss Babes. Thanks for tuning in again to Boss Please. This is Melinda. I'm here with Jillian and Megan.
Hello.
Hey guys, I feel like you should be like a late night radio host. Like
that felt
hey,
so late night.
Welcome. But it was like so good. I'm like, wait, I need to go to bed right now.
You're listening to.
Yes, it's so good.
And then I just go in to play my own music.
Yeah, you do. And
right? How
like,
funny!
And this one off my Gray album.
That would be so pretentious. Could you imagine?
I
actually would love for a radio DJ to do that. I'd be like, you're listening to my music tonight.
I'm taking requests all night. You are talking to me and my music. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. So how are you guys boss this week? Megan, let's start with you.
So with my new job, I sit a lot. And I'm in the car a lot, and I sit a lot. And I need to find a better workout schedule. So I still haven't been quite a boss with that. However, we have standing desks. And I haven't fully taken advantage of that until this week. So I start every morning standing. I stand for about 3 hours. Then I go down, and then I bring it back up at night in the evening. So that way it's already up when I come back into work the next day.
That's awesome.
So I've been really trying to stand more.
I like that.
I want a standing desk. I also saw this video of someone had a standing desk, but they had the bike that's just the pedals.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And they're just pedaling while they're working. I'm like, I need that.
I would love that.
That would be awesome.
I would love that.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Jillian?
Well, I treated myself this week, so I thought that was a boss move. It's going to sound so corny, but like if you've ever had them, they're life-changing. I got eyelash extensions, and basically it just makes me
they look great.
Like, I don't know, like my eyes are just dressed up. I feel like very glamorous. Like my boyfriend, when he saw me, he was like, oh my gosh, you just look so, like there's so much glamour. I'm like, I know, it's crazy.
I
Like,
feel like every time she blinks, you guys, it's in like slow motion. I'm like
Yeah.
I'm watching her talk as she's saying it. I'm
we
like,
feel a little gust of wind
Yeah,
every time
we
she
do.
blinks.
Yes, I'm
We
just trying
do.
to be my best Beyonce.
I love it.
It's kind of like a very expensive new habit that I have, but I'm hoping that maybe it's just for a special occasion type of thing. But yeah, like, I don't know, I'm a boss. Like, not that I have a disposable income by any means, because like, let's be honest, I don't. But I thought, I'm going on vacation and I want to look extra good. So yeah, that's
Treat
just like,
yourself.
yeah,
I
Yes,
I'm
love that.
obsessed.
I
Yes.
love it.
what
Good
about
for
you, Melinda?
So I have problems with letting go of control and delegating, but I'm going to be gone for a lot of months and weeks, so I had to be able to do that. So one of the jobs that I have is a worship leader at church, and so I had to plan out next 2 months of worship music and just give it to my replacement, and it just is what it is. But it's like,
Do I know your replacement?
Well, Griffin's just taking over for me, like leading like
okay.
rehearsals and stuff. But then it's just the same singers. But I was like, okay, you're gonna do the prayer, you're gonna do this, you're gonna sing on this song, and then I just have to let it go. And not knowing what's gonna happen when I'm gone makes me itch. But yeah, so that was a boss move, just kind of letting go of control, knowing that I'm not gonna be here. I'm not gonna be in the country, so there's really nothing I can do about it.
Can I still text you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2018,
I just got
girl.
really sad.
If you can't text me, then something's
I
wrong.
know. I was like, wait, is it gonna go
She
through?
can't be like not connected.
Yeah,
It's Melinda.
yeah.
Like,
Oh my
please.
gosh.
I know. Okay.
Because
good.
like the first thing I asked the cruise, I was like, "Is there Wi-Fi?" Like that was the first, and they're like, "Yes." I was like, "Okay, good," because I couldn't. If it was like 2 days I could maybe go 2 days, but after that,
no.
I'll go crazy.
No,
Isn't
you
that
can't.
sad though? Oh my gosh.
No,
Just
it's
think
'cause
about
we're
like way back in
bosses.
the day.
Oh, I
When you
know.
had to wait for correspondence and they had to like take you a letter on horse. Like, I could not. Oh, I'm so glad I wasn't born then. It would drive me crazy.
That'd be the worst.
Just
That would be the
waiting for a
worst.
response. To ask one question. Like, can you just ask if he can like come over at 5?
Or just to tell them something.
And
Oh
then
my
like the
gosh.
time has passed. And he's like, oh, this letter appeared 2 weeks after.
The accent.
I
The
know,
accent.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, that was my boss move this week.
So as far as boss real talk, I want to talk about aging, because aging sucks.
Preach.
We all know aging
I don't
sucks.
know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, Melinda, you're blessed. You're blessed.
Yeah, right. Don't crack.
So how are we taking care of ourselves as we get older?
Shea butter.
I know that's like your number
My
one
go-to.
tip.
It is.
You have the most beautiful skin
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
all the time.
Thank you.
Flawless.
We all aren't that lucky, obviously.
I mean, Jill, your skin is amazing.
Yeah, your skin is great.
I mean, I
No, you have good
pretty
skin, girl.
I'm not gonna diss myself. Like,
Yeah.
I got good skin from my mama. But I do feel like when I'm dehydrated, I it's more prevalent my age.
Oh yeah.
So I do try to stay hydrated as much as I can. But also too, like, I use It foundation. Have you guys heard of it?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
It's called It?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
Oh, it's like an infomercial, like, but they sell it at Sephora. But it's almost like a BB cream, but they have like a collagen cream as well. It's super expensive. Like you were saying that you have a little thing and you pay a lot. It's literally a little bottle and it's like $44. But it's supposed to be collagen boosting. I don't know if it's helping, but I feel
She's like, I spent all this money.
I feel like it's okay. I don't get it all the time, but when sometimes I try to like rotate it within my routine, but. Yeah.
I almost wish that, like, my mom never really instilled skincare in me. And growing up in New Jersey, like, we're basically taught to worship the sun in the summer because the weather is so nasty in the winter and part of the fall and part of the spring it rains a lot. So, like, as soon as Memorial Day weekend hits, like, I was on the beach and definitely affected the way that I look now. Like, I have so many sunspots on my chest, like, always concerned about, I'm like, The type of Jewish that I am genetically, we're just like very prone to moles and beauty marks. So my back, I look like a constellation. You could play connected dots with me. And I'm pretty sure that was from the sun. So my whole concern really, it started right before I moved to LA. And I was like, oh my God, I need to stay out of the sun when I move here. Like, I see wrinkles on my face. Like, I think I was 24 at the moment. And I'm like, oh my, this is like, so now I am so pale. If I look back at older pictures of myself and I'm so tan. Like, it's unhealthy tan.
Oh, wow.
My teeth look like super white because I'm like brown. I'm just brown. And it just wasn't me. This is not what my skin is meant to be like. So I've been really taking care of myself. And a big part of that is actually the guest that we have on, Adina Diaz. She owns this amazing spa and she's been giving me facials for the past couple of years. And it's really like changed my whole perspective on skincare and also really changed how I look. So we're going to have Adina on next. So excited. So we'll be right back. Welcome back, bosses. We have a very special guest in studio. She's the owner of Natural Feelings Spa and Boutique. Her name is Adina Diaz, my friend, your skincare guru. She's worked over a decade in the field of aesthetics. Adina decided she absolutely needed to challenge the status quo and offer up an experience within a new type of spa that is eco-friendly and inspired by Mother Nature and also very affordable. The Natural Feeling Spa is located in West Hollywood, California, and she refuses to compromise quality, substance, or service. Her motto is, just because it's green doesn't mean it's not glamorous.
That's great.
Adina, welcome.
Hello, ladies. Thank you for having me.
So excited to have you here. I've known you for a couple years now, and
That's
you
so crazy.
were you popped my facial cherry. You gave me my first facial.
Wait, where are you going with
Oh my
this?
God, that's
way back when.
this is getting graphic.
I know, sorry. And really, you changed my perception of what I thought a facial experience was.
Oh, yay.
So can you describe how your approach is different than others?
So my approach is from a holistic background. So a lot of it is from healing, it's from human touch, it's from contact to each other. So giving my love to you. And I'm really passionate about it. Like, my Native roots really come out of Native American. So my healing from my ancestors and bringing that into the treatment, that is really important to me. It's not just, let me slap some product on you, let me take this off, and then let me kick you out the door. Let me give you love and make you feel love and, give you results all at the same time. So it's really kind of, a lot of my clients say, a experience.
I was just gonna say it's more
That's
of an
amazing.
experience
It's more
than
of an
it's just
experience.
going in and having a
Yeah,
treatment
I love
or
that.
that's
But
awesome.
It not only is it, am I giving you that love and whatnot, but I do want to see results. I mean, come on, we're women, we're in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's face
Right.
it. You know
Of
what I mean?
course,
So
of
of course,
course.
I still want to give you those active ingredients that are gonna, change the skin, exfoliate the skin, brighten the skin, smooth the skin. These power words we want, collagen stimulating, whatnot, but still do it in a eco-friendly, eco-beauty, healing, loving manner. Like, that's
amazing.
really important to me.
This has nothing to do with what you talked about, but what tribe are you from?
So I have Apache and a Native American back home in Arizona. So my grandfather is Opatha and Apache.
I'm
so,
Choctaw.
Oh, hello there. Hey. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wait,
They're
I
like,
want to
what?
be part
Jolene
of
and
it.
Megan are looking at me
We're
like,
like,
wait, what
Look
a
at those
second?
cheekbones.
I know. I need a
Choc-
23 and
Choctaw
me.
Native
Maybe I
American.
can.
Oklahoma is where a lot of my family.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
Okay, sorry.
That's
let's get
amazing.
Back to
That's
skincare.
amazing.
I just had to ask.
Hey, shout out to the Native Americans.
Yes, I love it.
Well, something that I don't know and I've never asked you, where did your passion for skincare come from? Or green beauty?
Really legitimately from my roots, like seriously from my background. So I'm a desert dweller. So I'm from Tucson, Arizona. So me being a person from the desert, we are brought up automatically to realize and understand that water is scarce, that you conserve and take care of the surroundings you're in and you respect it. So we grew up with this mentality already to use what we have and not to overuse. And so it was already instilled in us to do that. And then on top of that, of course, my Native American background and roots, the funniest story ever, my mom was like, I knew you were going to do something in beauty, was that she came home one day and the neighbor was really mad and was like, your daughter came over and like clipped all the roses and then ran away. And I was like 8 years old, right? And so she comes into the house and I'm in the bathtub chilling with all the roses with milk that I took from the refrigerator and squished up butter and had it all in the bath. And I was just hanging out as an 8-year-old in the bathtub. And my mom,
This is so funny.
and
to
we
me.
were middle class, struggling. So the fact that I, first of all, destroyed the neighbor's rose bush, then second of all, took all the milk in the refrigerator that was for us to use and eat and live off of. My mom was just beside herself. And she was like, I was just ready. But then I was like, you're 8 years old. And this is like, and I looked at her and I was like, I'm Cleopatra. And my mom was just like, you're going to do something in the beauty industry.
Oh
Wow.
my
Like,
gosh.
I love that story.
What a cute story, though.
And I used to always squish up flowers and grind them outside, and I would put them all over my face and make little, like, paintings. I would get the prickly pears and squish them and put them on as lipstick. So it wasn't something that I planned. It just something that was naturally, like, instilled in me. You know what I mean?
At such a young age too. That's
Yeah,
pretty
I was a
incredible.
mad scientist.
I love that.
That's really cool. Are there like a lot of common misconceptions though about going the whole like all
natural products.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure.
It doesn't work. It's not aggressive enough. I need faster results.
What do you say
instant
to those
gratification.
people?
Well, if you want to burn your face off
Right.
and have instant
Right.
gratification, that's totally your prerogative. However, you're compromising your skin long term. So long term, what I do, everything is going to still give you results. It's going to be a slower process, but long term, you're going to age more gracefully and not have to be scared of the sun and run from it for the hills because
Right.
your skin is so compromised and leveled down. And also, you're on a more like, level of like Mother Earth and eco-friendly, you're not putting chemicals into your body that are toxic, and you're not putting chemicals when you wash it off your face down the drain into the river, into the oceans, and coming back to us. So it's a whole universal thing. It's like, it's the full like circle of life, like all the way connected back. That's why all the ingredients I use, they're not toxic. If it goes down the drain, I'm not tripping about it. I'm not upset. I'm not worried because I'm not doing any harm. So I'm still getting this without compromising anything around me, including my health and also the earth. But it's like when there is cancer, that is everybody having now cancer.
Right.
When there is like skin disorders and people dying at like such young ages and the GMOs and all this stuff, it's like, why would you compromise any of that anyways? Why would you wear a deodorant with aluminum in it when it's linked to cancer? Breast cancer. I'm just like, exit out. You know what I mean? It's like, you want to live a longer life, just start exiting out those things little by little. And it's not like go home and freak out and throw everything away, but baby steps.
Because what you're giving up, there's a greater reward at the end.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, I think I look good today.
Absolutely.
You look
Your
great.
skin's like
I was like, this is
glowing.
all natural.
I'm like,
This
yes,
is plain Jane
yes.
beauty and lotus moon. So it's like, I still can look good and leave the house naturally.
Yes. No, like totally glowing. Stunning.
It's
Absolutely
beautiful.
stunning.
It's interesting because I'm vegan, and so and all of the products that I use are all cruelty free and
These
vegan
are all
as well.
vegan.
Yeah, that's so. Jillian was
Yep.
like, I think you're gonna love her.
Yep.
So I totally get that because even in food, people are like, oh, it's going to be tasteless. It's going to be, I'm like, no, have
my
you tried
God.
it?
Oh
Have
my
you tried
God.
it? No. So I get that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just so crazy to me that people think it's not going to be good enough. And it's like, look, like, again, your prerogative. Do what you do to
Right.
make yourself happy and don't compromise your life for others if it's making you uncomfortable. But, you know, at the long term of things, it's like you still can do things without, you know, having tasteless food, without having a pop of makeup and
Yes.
color.
Yes.
There's still options, lots
Yeah.
of them.
There are.
I want to talk to you about your business. I've seen it grow from you renting space in someone else's place to you opening up your own store. So, how did that all happen, and what sort of helped you move on to your own space?
Fear.
I love that answer.
Seriously, like it was always like, you know, this I'm not happy anymore, but I'm scared. And, you know, my mentor was like, you know, fear isn't a bad thing. And I'm like, but I'm hyperventilating. Like, I'm so scared. Like, what? And she's just like, no, it's just the universe telling you that this chapter is done and you need to move to the next chapter. And you need to just allow that fear in a positive way to guide you to the next step. And it's like every single time that something got scary and I was fearful of something and I just went for it, something beautiful happened. And it was just kind of magical that, you know, it was a blessing in disguise that when I left my job before opening my own studio, I was just miserable. I was not happy anymore, but I was making good money and it was consistent and a lot of benefits and all this stuff. But I had to listen to the inner voice of like, you're not growing. You met a plateau. So then it was time for the next step. And then once in the studio at the suite, you know, I met a plateau again. And it was just like the universe again was just like, okay, let's do it. And then you step it up a notch. And every time that I went from point A to point B to point C, I never ever thought I could do it. I'm serious. Like leaving my job, a full-time job, getting full benefits, and then going to open my studio was like, but how am I going to pay rent?
Yeah.
How am I going to, you know, how am I going to survive? How am I going to get inventory? How am I going to get clients? You wonder and you allow these thoughts to creep into your mind, but in reality, it's like the real game changers, they take risk. The real rebels out there, we shake and rattle.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, well, you know, and it's like at the end of the day, I rather, you know that I tried
Right.
and I did it, and nothing is really truly failure. It's just a learning experience and it's growth. So I just, you know, thank God for my like mentor and beautiful women that I have in my life. I've had really beautiful mentors and a beautiful mother who all have been just like, just do it. Just go. You know what I mean? Just stop being scared. What's the worst thing that could happen? Doesn't work? Who cares? On to the next mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great
know?
attitude.
That is a great attitude. What do you think? What do you think will be the next step? I know not to like shake the universe, but like once you get that feeling,
I'm planning already.
Okay, good.
Oh, it's already in the works.
It's your own line.
So yes too. So I've already had clients visit me from New York. I've already had clients visit me from San Francisco, Bakersfield, Atlanta, Miami. I've had a client who flew in from Dubai. Like I've literally had people come to me, and then I never in a million years, you know, they walk to the door and I'm just like, hey, what's up? Blah, 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 blah. You know, this is what we're gonna do today. And then like at the end of the service, they're like, oh, so I like, you know, I saw you on Instagram and I came in from New York and made my vacation around this. And I'm like in tears. Like literally like what?
Incredible.
Like, wait, you did what? Like for me? Like what? And then so the power is there, and these people are angels sent from the universe to give me that sign that like you're doing something right. Don't question it. Just go with it. Like stick to what the universe is telling you, and long as you're a hustler, long as you're passionate and you're good at what you do, it doesn't matter. Like those are the three things, you know what I mean, that really set you aside from everybody else. So bigger picture is I would like to expand. I definitely would like to have, you know, a bigger space and really kind of just have, you know, this wellness center that I can offer everything that I really believe in. authentically, truly, eco-friendly, eco-beauty, all the way, and allow people to come in, and if they want to get acupuncture and they want to get a holistic facial and then they want to get cupping and they want to, sit in a LED bed afterwards, they can.
That's great.
So I just want that. I want it to definitely expand. So it's growing. So it's getting there.
Fantastic.
Investors, where are you at?
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I'll sign up.
Right.
Well, as far as like growth and growing, I kind of was curious as a small business owner and someone in the beauty industry, how influencers or influential people have played a part in the growth of your business, or I don't know, like I think
that's
in my mind it's like they would only benefit you, but maybe you have a different take on it.
So that's been a bittersweet for sure. I've definitely had and been blessed with amazing influencers who have come in and really been just absolutely like true to what they say and true to what they do, and completely have helped me grow my business, like Janae Claiborne, who's a vegan chef, Sweet Potato Soul. Like, she has absolutely been an absolute angel and amazing. So shout out to Janae, Dana Isabel. Like, there's a few, she's been absolutely amazing too with me, Milana Snow. So I have some amazing women who have really honestly come through and been like, I'm going to post about you. I'm going to blog about you. I'm going to Instagram about you. I'm going to do whatever I can. And then you do have some of those influencers who drop names and say they're going to do this and say they're going to do that, and then they don't.
Of course.
They don't, and they mistreat you, and they take advantage of you, and they get free treatments, and they expect more, and they want more, and they're just horrible. And that's the truth. That's the honest to God truth. So trial and error, learning, and being suckered a few times, I realize I have to have contracts. I realize I have to be like, hey, you're an influencer, that's amazing, I believe you, you're fantastic, but here's a contract about what I need from you.
Yeah.
And here's a contract about what I want. Because at the end of the day, you got to protect your baby.
Yep.
My job, my passion, my love is not just to be given for free to anybody. It's not fair to me or to what I've done.
Preach.
So, and it's like, I love you, but you're getting a free service or a trade of products or whatever it is the deal was. It's like, you got to do something for me too.
Right.
So contracts definitely have become a part of it, which it feels weird for me because I'm not that type of woman. Like, I don't like that. I just wanted authentic honesty and just a verbal contract. But now, because it is getting bigger, I gotta go the contract route.
Yeah, that's smart though.
Good for you.
Well, I think also like people expect certain things, and you can't expect things like unless you're gonna follow through on your end. And like you said, they just take advantage.
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
And it's just, I'm like, as a person, I wouldn't be able to go get like a free service or like products or whatever it is the trade is without feeling bad, not following up on my end.
Totally.
Like, every time I've ever been offered anything, I follow up the day after. Like, thank you. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to take care of you. This is what, I'm grateful for. So it is interesting, this influencer world. I'm interested to see how it kind of plays out in 5 years.
Yes.
I really am. I'm interested to see what happens because, obviously I feel like some of it is just a facade and the other ones are definitely amazing, and I'm grateful for the ones who have come through for me, for sure. So holler to the real ones.
Yeah, this world of influencers, we could talk about that like all day.
For a very long time, yeah.
I can't.
There's pros and cons for sure.
Yeah.
But, being a person who's not an influencer and a business owner, and I only have like 3,000 followers, I get people from New York that come to see me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Quality and quantity.
Two very different things, yeah.
What do you want to choose?
That's important.
Like,
And I'm sure like a great part of the clientele comes from referring.
It's
I've referred so many people to you. Like, it's like, why not? Like, you're amazing at what you do, and I know that it's going to be a good treatment. So then I'm sure then they've told people, and then they've told people.
Like 95% of the people, I would have to be very honest, that come in are straight up a referral, and then the rest is like Instagram or whatever. And like my Yelp, which the Yelp was just so crazy how that happened too, because I wasn't going to do it. My client begged me to do a Yelp, and I was like, girl, I don't care about people knowing my minutes.
I Yelp everything.
And
Oh, you're one of those.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and
No, I
did
do too.
it. I did it, and like knock on wood, but I have 5 stars, and that is not paid. That is people authentically
Awesome.
going on there and
That's
just
Good for you.
fantastic.
so. You know, I'm blessed. Lucky is not the word. Blessed is the word because I've worked
Amen.
for where I am.
Yes, yes.
Let's talk about highs and lows because I'm big on that. So, what has been a career high and what has been a career low? Let's start with the low because I like to end on a high.
Okay, so low is like financial.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
We've all
It's-
been there.
It's like, you know, being able to really become like a little accountant for myself. Like, okay, Dina, you have XYZ amount of money this month. You know, really be careful in here and there. Financially, it is very stressful, obviously, to be a business owner. You have so much overhead. You have rent, you have inventory, you have assistants, you have, you know,
Marketing, yeah.
The overhead is a headache. It's scary. So that's definitely the low of a business, but that is something I'm beginning to try to appreciate and understand and actually be thankful for it. Like, whoa, like had I, you know, 7 years ago said I was going to be where I am now, I would have been like, are you crazy? Like, that's not going to happen.
Right.
And then I'm like, wait, okay, so don't be upset about this. Actually be like appreciative. So it's not necessarily a low, it's just more stressful. So financial stuff, that's always the low. And then like what we just touched up on right now is just people wanting to quote unquote help you and do this and do that for you and not following through. Just, you know, busters. That's, you know, that's definitely like a low, just people taking advantage of your growth. And when people see that you are growing and doing well, it's like they're leashes. They're just like, they come out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I have not talked to you for 5 years.
Yeah.
Like, why
And
are
you want free product? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who are you? So that's always interesting too. But the highs, getting asked to do like amazing events with amazing people. Like I just did an event with Live Fast Magazine and Equinox, and it was absolutely amazing. And I was honored and just so like, thank you for like thinking of me to be a part of this and, you know, like having me be a part of something so big. And you know, people who really do like appreciate you and love you, like you know, Jill literally like has been such a cheerleader and a goddess in my life, and just people coming through who really are your angels and surrounding you and just giving you that like, you're so awesome, you're such a badass, like you're such a lady boss, like you're so devoted, you're passionate, and you know, really just giving you this extra boost to know that, you know, you are a good person and having that the true people come through and the ones that are not meant to be in your life just drop off, you know, or cut them.
Yeah.
Either.
It's interesting you say that because we've had so many conversations in our podcast about like your circle and how your circle is so important and how you
So
have to
important.
like, cut out the people that are just bringing toxic.
No energy
You
suckers.
can't. You can.
Yes.
Yeah, energy
If you
suckers are the worst.
are a boss lady, you cannot have your energy taken at all.
Exactly.
You can't. Because
You can't
how are
afford
you
it.
supposed to grow an empire
Right.
if you're allowing people to sucker off of you? And I just finally now at 32 years old, finally, I'm actually very comfortable being like, oh, I don't really care to be your friend anymore.
Get it.
Like, sorry. And
Yep.
the other thing too is that me not even responding. It's okay.
Yeah.
You do not have to respond to people.
You don't owe anybody
You
anything.
don't.
Click unsubscribe and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier now. I'm like, you know, I always remember that Oprah Winfrey interview. I'm just like, yeah, energy suckers. Bye.
Yeah. It's accurate though. It's
Very
so
much
accurate.
so.
Yeah.
So before we let you go, we talked a little bit about aging earlier in the show. So I love tips and tricks, and I'm sure that our listeners do as well. So can you reveal any of your anti-aging secrets to us?
Super simple one that I always tell people all the time that I love with my clients is an easy one at home, a honey mask mixed with turmeric. It's anti-inflammatory, it's hydrating, it's delicious, it's amazing. You can do it multiple times a week if you want. It's not stripping, so that's an easy like at-home treatment to do. And then people, for the love of God, please drink water.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
I
It's the
noticed
simplest
though,
thing.
when I'm dehydrated, I look so much older.
It's
You
true
look
because
like-
think of a
yeah.
grape. Think
Right.
of a grape
Yep.
when it's nice and plump and hydrated. It's all round and juicy.
Exactly.
When it's dehydrated, it looks like a raisin.
Yeah.
You don't want to look like a
You
raisin.
don't want to look like a raisin.
No more raisins out there, ladies. Like, literally get your life together.
Yes, it's so true.
And what are some like holy grail products that you use?
Oh, holy grail product is Cherry Blossom Healing Soothe from Lotus Moon Skincare. It is absolutely amazing. It is gotu kola, willow herb, calendula, and shea, and it is literally a natural hydrocortisone. So it's for all skin types. It is going to help with psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, inflamed skin types. And one thing that everyone should know out there is that most skin disorders, I'm not a doctor, I don't prescribe or diagnose, but however, most skin disorders are inflammation of the skin. So rosacea, inflammation of the skin, acne, inflammation of the skin, psoriasis, eczema. These are irritated, inflamed skin disorders. If you just calm it down instead of stripping it and trying to take it away, it would literally calm down. Think of a rash on an arm. You wouldn't put lemon on it. You wouldn't scratch it. You would calm it down. So just like if acne is persistent on the skin, it's probably because the skin's so inflamed and just needs to be calmed down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of my holy grail products for sure, because you could just use it for so many different things.
I love
That's
that.
fantastic.
All of a sudden, I'm extremely parched, so I need to drink some water after we're
Yes,
done with
I
this.
need water as well.
I drink so much water. I pee every 5 minutes.
That's
so.
a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Yeah, you get up, you move around.
Yeah.
So, Adina, thank you so much for coming on. Where
you.
can the people keep up with you online?
So online, you can find me at it's at natural_filling_spa. That's my Instagram. You can also find me on my Facebook. You can find me on my website, which is www.naturalfillingspa.com. One word altogether. And yeah, I mean, you know, I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. I'm pretty social. I'm pretty out there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for our goodies.
Yes.
Got a
Shout out
little
to
I
goodie
Plain,
bag.
enjoy them.
yeah. Shout out to Plain Jane Beauty and Lotus
Plain
Moon.
Jane Beauty.
Thanks.
I'm so excited. I'm literally gonna like just try this when I go home and hydrate as well, because I don't want to be no raisin.
All right, well, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Boss Please Pod. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe on iTunes. Navigate the path to your best self with us, because bossing together is always better.